Wow, wow. So the Biden news cycle is moving faster than a cheetah on Adderall. Now, the story has changed yet again in like the past few hours, but Joe Biden is basically 1 foot out the door. Now, according to a report in the New York Times, that is, reportedly considering throwing in the towel, but the White House is refuting it.
Is President Biden considering stepping down?
Absolutely not. And you heard, I believe, directly from the campaign as well.
Excuse me for not believing any of you after you've lied to us for years. More than 24 Democrat lawmakers also have considered signing a letter encouraging Joe Biden to step down. But the White House is refuting all of it. And I think it's just like to buy time to figure out what the hell they're going to do. One thing, super clear. The focus of the Democrat Party today is not what's best for the country, but rather what's best for their party and what's best for their control. They are in desperate measures right now. I'm super here for it, but it also scares me a bit. When they thought Biden was a viable candidate, they were already locking up people with charges that the Supreme Court has now declared unconstitutional. They were raiding their political opponent's home at Mar-a-Lago. They tried him on a litany of kangaroo courts, violating subpoenas from Congress for the Robert Hur tapes, while jailing Republicans for doing the same thing. Arguably the least of buy-in for the people-y we have seen since the creation of the Federal Reserve. And not only did that backfire, but now their single last hope that Joe Biden would have been able to somehow beat him at the ballot box has essentially gone up in smoke. What will this cornered, scared, panicking animal, once known as the Democrat Party, do to hold on to power? Now, like I said, the question isn't what will they do next. The question is just how undemocratic or even how unconstitutional will that action be? Nothing Democrats do is by accident. They want Republicans to be having this conversation and pushing that Biden needs to go. They know the guy is done. They've known longer than the public has. They were just using him as their fall guy to do the craziest agenda items so they could do this. Toss him right out when it became politically convenient, like they're about to do. And that's happening right now, folks. Some may not have gotten the memo, though, and are still running this weird air cover for Biden, saying that we should just stop and pause for Biden's nap schedule.
If the president needs to find schedule accommodations to help to facilitate his focus on advancing our country on behalf of next generations, let's find those accommodations. But let's be clear about what's at stake.
But Senator, I mean, with all due respect, look, I love a good nap, but the presidency is a 24/7 job. I think that is alarming to people.
What the actual... Okay, I mean, they freaked out over Trump going golfing. They're like, he's taking too much time off. At his own club, by the way. You got to wonder if these people think like we forget what happened 24 hours ago like Biden does every day, or do they just think we're stupid? Remember right after the debate, Barack Obama said, oh, bad debate nights happen. Trust me, I know. And then the media like broke with the Democratic Party for the first time ever. Now, Obama supposedly has sudden concerns. This is because, like most people in politics, they will support the party lines until it threatens their personal legacy, which it clearly does right now. You think there's any coincidence that Gavin Newsom is traveling to stand with Biden? It's a test balloon, folks, to see how he polls. They are trying to see if he looks presidential and people like it. Then they will try it with the next person, like Gretchen Whitmer, then the next person and the next person, until they find somebody that just sucks less. Meanwhile, remember how I said that they're just going to do whatever they want, Constitution be damned? If they're having the conversation about Joe not being capable of running for president again, then he's certainly not capable of being president right now. And there's a process for that. But they're circumventing it while they figure out what they're doing. The same party that freaked out over independent outside influence within the White House, that apparently was so taboo that they wanted to subpoena everyone in the White House and charge them under crazy things like the Logan Act, over a non-government employee working with Steve Bannon for messaging, not even making decisions, just helping get the message out, you know, like liberal media does for the White House every day. That party is now totally fine with a convicted felon on actual legitimate charges, by the way, a known crackhead, Hunter Biden, taking senior staff meetings and making decisions with the president. We're supposed to think that's normal. Again, not saying we should let Democrats jettison Biden. No. Keep that dude in there because they made that bed and, you know, democracy and stuff. People voted for him. I'm just giving Democrats another reason, Democrats at home, just another reason not to vote Democrat in November. Joe thinks he's going to hang on as long as possible. This guy is that arrogant. I mean, he's the smartest guy in the room. Just ask him. But they may force him out. And right now, honestly, Kamala Harris is his best insurance policy. But never underestimate Democrats to put diversity over qualifications. They do it all the time. They really don't have any other option. And they're going to play that card on this one when this narrative shifts. Because the narrative is shifting. The RNC and the Republican super PACs, they've already focused their lasers on her. All the new ads coming out are all making fun of her. And what's the White House's defense already on that? Oh, look at these racist, sexist Republicans attacking Kamala. No, no, no. I'm going to knock that right down right now. We're attacking her because her policies are real bad. Remember, she is the border czar, and that is the single greatest failure of this administration. You want to put that at the top of the ticket? Be my guest, Democrats. But she cannot be running the rest of this country. I mean, good luck with that. D.C., though, is going to do what D.C. does best. Okay, they're going to save themselves. Honestly, I don't even believe they're actual parties really anymore. They carry on with this kabuki theater for the masses, but D.C. is literally as incestuous and screwed up as that show House of Cards. Trust me, I know. I worked down there in the administration. The America we were taught does not exist. There's a recent revelation, though, that I've had that all Democrats are actually Democrats, but half of Republicans are more interested in getting along and going to cocktail parties with Democrats than actually being Republican and holding the line on conservative principles. It's maddening. The reason, though, I'm so concerned is because this is not the Democrat Party that we've come to know, that we know how to fight. They used to circle the wagons and they'd have all this party unity. Now it's like a free-for-all. You have AOC calling shots over here and Ilhan Omar. I mean, it's crazy. The one thing they used to have was party unity. We knew who their messenger was. Now we don't. They always had terrible policies, but at least they all stuck together. Now they're breaking ranks. We have no idea what's going on. It's like fighting a militia. These people will do whatever they want until they get caught, because they know that when Trump gets reelected, he's just going to take a wrecking ball to everything that they love. The entire federal government right now is fighting for their life, and they're a rudderless ship without Joe Biden at the helm. Not that he was much of a pilot anyway, but it's not just Joe Biden that's going to be collateral damage. It may be America that is the deep state's next collateral damage.